Problem number 53. We have already talked about cloning and its use in the reproductive technology, and there are number of types of reproductive technology. One of them we have studied in extensive detail is the in vitro fertilization. But in problem number 53, we will talk about the arguments which are in favor or in against of another type of reproductive technology which is known as artificial insemination. Now the question is, what are the arguments for and against donor insemination treatment of the couple? यहाँ पे हम ethical issues raise करेंगे which are in favor of artificial insemination or the issues which are against this type of reproductive technology. Now keep in mind that there is a list of reproductive technologies that use the method of cloning, but artificial insemination is the oldest and the simplest one. Now it assesses reproductive technology to treat infertility if the male is infertile. So there is low degree of complexity in this case, and this is the method that is mostly favorable when the male is subfertile or totally infertile. Now here the method which is involved in artificial insemination is that we prepare the sperms in the lab or in a culture plate, and after preparation of these sperms we place them in female internal genital tract without sexual contact. Now before doing this procedure, we give some drugs or hormones to the female or to the woman undergoing the process of artificial insemination, as the purpose of these drugs and hormones is to induce ovulation. Now the method appears to be very much simple, but the risks are associated with artificial insemination, and here the female has to suffer all these types of risks. The risks which are associated with artificial insemination are the multiple gestation pregnancies. Then there is hyperovulation, which is commonly known as ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome. Or in this case, before starting the procedure, we have to take special consent from the female. इस इजाज़तनामे में वो सारी इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोवाइड की जाएंगी जो कि बेनिफिशियल हैं फीमेल्स के लिए, एज वेल एज द रिस्क फैक्टर्स एसोसिएटेड विद आर्टिफिशियल इंसेमिनेशन. The risks associated with artificial insemination are the side effects that can be in the form of nausea, in the form of vomiting, it can be ovarian enlargement, and the most common side effect is the formation of ovarian cyst. So these are the risks that are mentioned in the informed consent, so that the female can read this informed consent in detail before signing the consent. Now keep in mind that artificial insemination is not at all therapeutic in nature. And they don't cure infertility, but there is treatment of infertility by artificial insemination. But this problem cannot be solved by this technique. Now here the problem is that should the donor identity who is providing the sperms for couple should be revealed or not. If the couples are interested in knowing the sperm donor, then here the information of the donor sperm can be revealed. But in some cases couples they don't want to ask that from where the sperms are coming. इसके अलावा जो ethical issue raise होता है, it is about the biological father, that what will be the relationship of sperm donor with the child in future. यहाँ पे आप बच्चे को क्या information देंगे कि उनका biological father कौन था. Now just like we can donate our retina, cornea, kidneys even after our death, in the same way sperm banks are available and we can donate sperms after our death by leaving a written approval letter. For example, if the child is born after post-mortem insemination, means the sperms are obtained after the death of the donor, then such a child is known as posthumous child. So the child which is born after the death of his or her biological father, the child is known as posthumous child. Now here the artificial insemination is not transferring the genetic material of the couples to their children. Rather, the artificial insemination is a reproductive technology which is introducing new genetic material into the child which is foreign of the couple. Now in sperm bank, for example, sperm donor has provided his sperms and he may gave a written consent that his sperms can be used even after his death, then in such cases sperms can be used for multiple insemination. Now here the children which are or which will born, they will be associated with one another as half brothers. Now if the cousin marriages occur, then again the problem of genetic diseases arises over here. So this is again a ethical issue that the children which are born after artificial insemination, they are considered to be half brothers, and cousin marriages then will lead to various genetic diseases. Now, what is the criteria of choosing a donor? What is the relation of donor sperm with the unborn child? इसके अलावा क्या फीमेल को फॉर्मल कॉन्सेंट अपने हस्बैंड से लेना चाहिए कि वो डोनर स्पर्म यूटिलाइज करने लगे हैं? सो हियर if the woman is in stable relationship, then she should mention artificial insemination case with his or her partner, and if she is not doing this, then she is committing a serious mistake. Now if you want to draw pedigree regarding artificial insemination, then the mother in which the sperms are placing from the donor sperm, then she is considered as a biological mother, and the mother who is married to a man, he is considered to be a legal father of a child, and the donor who is providing or donating his sperm, he is considered as a biological father of the child.